have 2 weeks in that.
So Joe's the only one who's special enough to get
that one mistake.
one time.
Yes, Joe's the only one special enough to get the one mistake we
I just
had
feel
with
like
that.
You know, it's been, 2 weeks since we last did this, and
Three.
you're still using Comic Sans.
3.
We're not using
There's no
Comic
glittery
Sans.
graphics.
I'm not giving you that horse
There's
shit.
no fire.
There's no fire.
Again, no, you're not cheesy little fucking 14-year-olds.
Why isn't there any, auto-tune or,
Because no one understands you already.
I don't know what that means. Is that an insult?
Yes, it is. Either way, welcome yet again, P.Switch Podcast. As always, I am the undisputed.
Take 2. Let's start that over.
We're doing this live, pal.
Let's go. No. Fuck it. We're going again.
We still have.
I'm the
Comic
undisputed
Sans.
Brian Dunn, who's your master of ceremonies, whatever you want to call me on this show.
We're like masturbator.
A little bit. But he was hatching an egg on Dinosaur Island. It's AJ Lanigan. Nah, not a Super Mario.
I get a Yoshi joke.
Yeah. What do you fucking want?
He spent 3 weeks thinking that up.
Bullshit. I spent about 30 seconds thinking that up. Alright, and his tramp stamp is an 8-bit Ganon. It's John Minier. Minier, sorry.
No, let's go with whatever you said.
Now, Rob took me forever to fucking figure out.
It's your show. Do it however you want.
He won all of 3 Pokemon from Professor Oak in a rigged game of rock, paper, scissors. It's Rob Riggs. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about the Nintendo Switch a year and some change later. But, as always, we start off...
Some change.
It's been, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks since the Switch turned a year old?
March 3rd.
March 3rd. Alright. Either way, before we get to that, we always talk about what we're playing and what we've picked up in the last couple of weeks. So, AJ, it's alphabetical order. You're up, buddy.
That's new.
Yeah.
We got our names, and now we have a structure.
Hey, I can remember things now.
So, what I've been playing lately, we played Kirby today. That was fun. I'll probably be starting that over again when I get home with Holly. Play through it. I played a little bit of Rocket League on the Switch. Just dicking around with it. Been playing a lot of SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain. Or no, Shut Your Mouth.
Right. Really?
Shut Your Mouth.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, Brian, shut your mouth.
Yes, Brian, shut your mouth. Pickups wise, I didn't get too much video game wise. I got today I got Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, Wampum. I got
All-Star, the Allies.
Oh yeah, I got Kirby Star Allies apparently, obviously. We also bought Splatoon for the 3rd time.
What? Why?
She bought the starter pack one. It's like a new version of it. It's got like a strategy guide and stickers.
Oh.
It's a strategy of Splatoon.
Listen, I didn't pay for it. I don't care. So she's giving her other copy of Splatoon to Bunny.
Oh, okay.
Where'd you get some of that stuff?
Oh, that would be right here at Rock'em Sock'em Retro.
Huh.
Yeah.
Where's that?
I believe it's 192. Okay, I don't know why I want to say 88. 192 South Main Street, Bowling Green, Ohio. Whatever the zip code is.
I hear that's a nice establishment.
It's pretty nice. The
owner's kind of a dick.
He's kind of a dick, but
Well, you're OG.
But my major pickup, I got Panic Restaurant from this douchebag who was gonna sell it to somebody who's not a fucking repro.
And could have gotten a lot more.
I don't know
if
about. I don't know about a lot more.
It's about 200.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm gonna start the bidding at $2.
Yeah. Anyways, next.
Next.
Panic Restaurant is the gem of a lot of collections. It's a really good one.
This will probably be the most expensive game I end up with, unless I find Samson for a good price.
Yeah. I haven't bought so many games as lost certain games.
Like this one.
Which is fine. I didn't really need Panic Restaurant. It's not anything I really care about too much, and I spent
back tears.
Yeah, sure. And I paid $40 for it.
Oh, that was 30.
Was it 30?
I thought it was.
Maybe it was 30. Either way,
I
I paid a lot less than most people do for that game.
Like me.
Which, to be fair, AJ, having bought that game, ended up helping purchase something for a new show that we're working on called P.Switch Pursuit. And we'll have a Cannon Rebel T6 that should be here sometime next week. Thanks to that. So,
do you want to explain what that's going to be?
Thank you,
or
AJ.
You just want
I wanted to give you a little bit of an applause, but whatever.
Oh, it's fine.
I feel like we need music in the background. It seems quiet today.
It is a little bit quiet today,
Isn't it?
but
Let's play.
No.
Let's play.
No.
I got some songs.
Absolutely not, John.
I was trying to come up with a theme song. He's like, no.
We have a theme song. We use the Bowser theme.
Let's play Guile's theme for the whole podcast.
Don't say
It
anything.
does go with
Just
everything.
listen to that for like an hour.
I got
and
a really good song. You might have to beep a couple words.
A couple words.
100%.
I would literally break you if you played that.
No, I kind of want to. Actually, I kind of want to see this.
Anyways,
Okay.
what will P.Switch Pursuit be, Brian?
P.Switch Pursuit is going to be a game hunting show, basically starring. AJ is kind of the head mind behind it right now, but
I wouldn't say that I'm the mind behind it. It's just I'm obsessed with those type of shows. Anybody who does a game hunting show on YouTube, I usually find it and I follow it and then I binge watch it because I'm obsessed with people who find good deals and find new places and anywhere like Goodwill, Family Video, thrift stores,
GameStop is the only one that's never listed in any of those. To be fair,
well, unless you're trading in a bunch of stuff, then you get good deals. At
Well,
GameStop.
now hold up. I did get a good deal at GameStop. I got LA Noir for $3.99 or $3. I can't remember which one.
The remastered one.
No, it was on PS3, but it was $3.
You overpaid.
I probably did. You know, probably $1.50 overpaid.
John, what is LA Noir and why did he overpay for it?
I don't know. It just sounds horrible.
It's a Rockstar game.
It sounds bad.
But it's about rock stars.
Is it?
You drink Rockstar.
Yeah.
It's the only thing in the cooler. I hate Rockstar.
I don't mind rock stars. I just hate that flavor.
It's so bad.
They make Rockstar Zero Sugar.
Still, no. I drink Rehabs for Monster. That's my drink for that kind of shit. Other than P.Switch Pursuit, which is going to be our game hunting show that we're actually filming for next Saturday, at least starting.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Sorry. John farted. Sorry. Other than that, I can't really think of having bought anything.
You bought Axiom Verge?
I bought Axiom Verge's Collector's Edition. And I think that's it. I basically bought that because I'm really interested in the Blu-ray documentary about making the game.
Rob.
No, it's you.
John.
It's you.
I got nothing.
ABRJ. Got it.
I got nothing. I haven't played a video game, actually played a video game in a month.
You're not even touching Zeldies?
He beat Zeldies.
I haven't. My Switch hasn't left the dock in like a month. I haven't had time.
Well, you need to bring it in so we can play
You
some
have
more Overcooked.
been pretty busy.
I like nonstop, man.
I'm going to end up buying the Overcooked physical.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have time to do anything. The only thing interesting we're doing is I leave for Japan in 1 month.
Yay!
I'm coming back.
Well, that's the other thing we figured out. We figured out what we're going to eat in Akihabara. That was my other thing. I've been watching Japan and Abroad a lot.
So, Rob?
And then Robert.
Let's see. Pickup wise, I haven't had anything in a while. I picked up LA Noir for cheap. I picked up a Gundam game. I can't remember. It was Gundam Crossroads on PS3. I'm like, oh, this looks really cool because I kind of started getting the Gundam stuff. And I look up online, and all the reviews online like this game is dog poop, and I'm like, whoa, crap.
Yeah, there's a Zoids game that's like that on 360 too.
So I'm like, all right, this is gonna sit in my collection. But today I just picked up Dreamcast, and picked up Sonic Adventure.
Why?
Want to add it to my collection just to have it.
Didn't I give you a broken Dreamcast at one point? Just put on the shelf.
Yeah, but then I'm like, there's some games in that I kind of want to play these now.
That was a clean Dreamcast though. When that came in,
yeah,
that was one of the cleanest Dreamcasts I've seen.
Yeah, that one was. That's also why I was kind of like, I kind of want that.
But where did you get it?
I got it here at Rock'em Sock'em Retro at 192 South Main Street, Bowling Green, Ohio. Great place. 43402 for the zip code, so you can plug that in there.
Why don't you mention the website where you can actually buy shit?
Yeah, they got a web store, so go take a look and see what they have. They do great
Tom
deals.
forgets about that web store because nothing's ever sold on it.
We never check it. Go ahead and order something. We might send it out.
Wait, so there's like all your stock has been trying to be cleared out for months.
Do you take PayPal on there?
Sure.
What about Bitcoin?
Bitcoin.
No.
Handies?
Yeah.
But you just sold a bunch of junk to someone with some Bitcoin. You forgot to mention that.
I did. Well, he didn't get anything too exciting. He bought my NWC program, my Nintendo Power Fest program. He bought box action, so he just bought a bunch of weird stuff.
Yeah, but all that stuff's
nothing too exciting.
I mean, that stuff's neat to collectors.
Yeah, it's really cool to collect. I mean, it hurt to see it go, but at least the program-wise, because I've never seen him.
How did he not walk out with the Sharp TV?
He almost did.
Should have.
He almost did.
You're not going to buy the Sharp TV.
I could.
Do it.
Do it. Fall out.
Let me borrow your black card.
No, absolutely not.
I love how that's become a running joke on here now, too.
I mean, our two running jokes have been my black card and the Swamp Fire.
Both of which originated at you.
Yeah. Are you saying I'm a joke? Because I'll agree.
And the horrible graphics.
I swear to God.
Listen, we just want flames.
That spaceship is going up your ass.
We just want flames, dude. Like, I don't think it's
that spaceship thing. So they can understand
how
elongated that thing is.
In all neckbeard terms, that is actually not a spaceship. That is actually the chassis of the pod racer.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Get out.
Did you ever get laid?
Probably more times than you.
Alright, let's move on.
Alright.
Games that should have been remastered.
No, we did that. What?
Yeah,
2 or 3 weeks ago.
He told me that when I was over there talking to him. He was like, "Man, I prepared so much for this podcast." He's like, "I got a whole list of games that are ready to be remastered." I was like, "John, we did that 3 weeks ago." He was like, "Yeah, I know."
Okay.
As usual, as you should know if you've ever watched any of these, I have not prepared anything, and will mostly just nitpick everyone else what they say.
This should have been one that you were kind of prepared for, though.
But he doesn't even need to prepare.
Yeah, I know. I always put out highlights. I'm trying to be more professional, which is a terrible mistake.
I'll tell you the highlights of the Switch in the last year.
Mm-hmm.
Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey. You could throw Splatoon in there, I guess.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, you can.
And Monopoly.
Mario Kart?
See what Mario Kart's Mario Kart, doesn't matter. And I was joking about Monopoly, but
no, he wasn't.
Mario Kart's Mario Kart.
10 out of 10 Monopoly player, John here.
Oh, I hate Monopoly on the Switch.
It's not even that bad.
No, it's just because you can never finish a game when you're playing 2-player.
It's stupid.
You're stupid.
You're smelly.
Oh,
I mean, like half an hour ago.
All right. All right, so
clear up the whole store.
We were going to talk about some high points of the Switch today because, as I said, it's been a year
and low points.
Some of its low points, aka the eShop.
Wow.
But either way, who wants to start us off on some of the high points that you thought of the Switch in this?
Well, you are the host, dear.
Okay, I'll start us off.
I didn't want to.
Fine, go on.
This is a discussion. We don't have to go in order. That's the Third Reich. Calm down.
Well, technically, actually, it would not be Brian going first if we would go back to our
alphabetical
order. You would be going second, sir.
Today.
Well, I'm just getting yelled at to always do everything. So
no,
the podcast is brought to you by the letter A.
The high points you have to hit Game of the Year, Breath of the Wild. That is still just ridiculously good. It hasn't aged at all. I mean,
I'm going to point out one thing that starts about Breath of the Wild because I actually started replaying it a little bit. Actually, 2 things.
Careful.
One, that you only have 1 game save. Everything gets written over.
Yeah, that's true. I did that.
That sucks. I was very upset when I was like, okay, I restarted it on a stream. I was like, man, the beginning of this game is not very fun to stream or talk about or do anything with. So maybe I'll just jump back in where I was, and it's all gone.
Yeah. That game I think is going to hold up for a very long time. There's always something to do. It's never ending. You know, I downloaded the DLCs and beat all the DLC, and I'm just waiting for another one so I'll play it again.
Actually, they've said that they're. I think they're done with Breath of the Wild. They're actually already working on the next Zelda game, which is going to be in that style, I think.
Good.
And I think we're going to see them completely change Link over from the green. I think he's going to start being the blue shirt Link from now on. It's going to be like his mainstay look.
Other high point, Odyssey, of course. If Breath of the Wild hadn't won Game of the Year, Odyssey would have.
Odyssey is really fun.
The problem with Odyssey is it turns from a fun game into a grinding game the longer you play it. And I don't want to grind, so I quit playing it.
Yeah. I just played the main game. With that, I had a great time. I thought it was still worth the $60, even though it was like 4 hours to do that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, like, we said it before. Once you beat the game, that's when it really starts.
I mean, that's when it starts getting to the stuff that, like, here, you want to have the hardcore, stars and moons that are, like, actually challenging to get. That's, like, your dark moon, darker side moon, all that junk.
Yep.
And
low points, I think you obviously have to talk about some of the games they released that weren't even ready to go out. They had to immediately put a patch out for. Monopoly's a great example. An hour and a half load time on it before they put a patch out. You have to talk about stupid stuff like the Labo or whatever it's called.
I still think Labo's going to be fun.
I think Labo's going to be fun. I can't wait to see John in that robot armor.
Now, eventually, we do have to talk about that Direct that dropped.
Oh, that's true. That did
because
drop.
I'm telling you, and this is coming from a guy that could care less about Smash. I got chills.
And I'm on the.
And I hate Splatoon too. I hate Splatoon as well. And so I'm watching this thing, and I'm seeing these guys running around shooting their stupid paint. And I'm like, oh, crap, another one. And then you see the Reflectioner. I got chills. I'm telling you, I don't care.
Here's the thing. I am so unexcited about Smash Brothers right now. As a person who played a shit ton of Smash Brothers, I'm just like, okay.
I won't even buy it. That's the thing. It's just the way they announced it.
It was a good presentation for sure.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the real wins from the Nintendo Direct. Number 1, Crash is coming to Switch.
You know what? And I'm going to end up rebuying it because Crash on a mobile is just cool.
Right, same here.
It'll be the first time I buy Crash. It'll be the first time I've really played Crash other than just in passing for me.
And then number 2, South Park, Fractured Butthole.
That's not a win in my opinion.
Who cares?
How? They haven't had...
It's a mature game, but...
It's a mature game for 12-year-old humor.
I'm just not.
We have 12-year-old humor.
We do kind of have 12-year-old humor.
The South Park.
Well, he doesn't like. He won't like them because they're RPGs.
I just don't like them in general because South Park is so stupid. Let me pay $60 for fart jokes.
Listen, those are some high quality fart jokes at times, but no. Yeah, I'm just not excited about it because it's on everything. I would rather I would still rather Nintendo finally dip their toe in the water of putting out a mature title themselves because I think it'd be more interesting. For South Park, it just doesn't have an appeal to me right now.
But it's a big third-party game though.
In that respect,
and it's the first time.
I will say that Nintendo with this Direct really went hard third party. They really showed that we're willing to do it.
Yeah, which I mean, if you talk to any developer who. When the Wii U was a thing, and they were Nintendo was shopping it around, it was, hey, make game systems for this, or make games for this. And they were like, well, what are you willing to offer us? Make games for this.
Hey, is your laptop plugged in? Is your half battery?
It should. There it is. Whoops. We're good. Good catch, AJ.
Broadcast dies halfway through.
Halloween havoc all over again.
Jesus. But yeah, I mean that is. But he is right on the Crash though. Just having something I underestimated the portability aspect of it because I was just I'm just going to stick it in my thing and I'll just be done with it. Take that as you will. John, don't give me that smirk. I'll see you later.
Plus, we also...
Here. That's a good point just to talk about for a second is the portability of it. Out of everyone, you have a Switch, Rob? What the fuck? Where are you here?
Rob is here to be the counter argument.
Like, for those of us that actually have one, percentage-wise, how often do you actually use it when it's not portable? Mine, 95% of the time, 96% of the time, it's portable for me. I have hardly ever had that thing up on the TV.
It's probably about... The only time I use it on the dock probably is when me and Holly are playing something together.
I do 50-50 because I stream with it quite a bit.
Well, that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, the only time I've ever played on TV actually is when I was playing Overcooked with people.
Mm-hmm. Which that'll be coming back.
Yeah, I know. Stupid. You don't have to.
And this is why I said pot drama needs to be an emote.
It's just so stupid.
All right. But let's keep going about calling that Nintendo. Actually, that should have been the news section, but whatever.
That's fine. Also, not Nintendo Direct related, but just announced this week was the physical of Sonic Mania, which I am pretty salty about.
Trash!
Oh no, I love the game, but the fact that I already bought the collector's edition of it with the digital code, and now they're like, oh, we're gonna release it physical with this little art book, and there's like, what, 2 DLC characters?
Is there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's two characters from like...
Just wait 10 years, the art book will show up over here.
Wait, which Sonic characters do you want to play as still? How about Shadow, the Hedgehog, who will be exactly the same as Sonic?
They're two, like, very obscure Sonic characters, too.
Oh, so it's, like, Jet the Hawk from the racing games?
Sonic.
Yes, Sonic.
What about Ugandan Knuckles?
Shut
I swear to God, I'll leave.
No. We are not bringing up Ugandan Knuckles.
I swear I will leave.
This show is about high quality. It's not trashed here.
I'm telling you right. I instantly went to pissed off. That.
Do you see what you have done?
This is what
you have upset Kermit the Frog.
So high quality memes, does that mean we're like steamed hams?
Yes.
Okay.
We need a steamed hams P.Switch meme. We have that, but let's talk about the standout of that direct, which is easily Mario Tennis Aces.
Mario Aces, yes,
looks super good.
Yes.
I wouldn't call it a standout. It looks interesting, but the thing is, it's still just Mario Tennis. Regardless if they put a story mode in or anything, it's still just tennis.
But it's...
And yes, they made it look cool. Don't get me wrong.
No.
I will probably end up getting it eventually.
It's not even that. It's the fact that it's going to be, like, gameplay-wise, it's deep. There's so many different ways to play it.
Trust me. When I still see the looks of it, I'm still kind of like, it's Mario Tennis. But, like, the fact that they're, like, putting in more mechanics and, like, there's an actual... Like
doing
maybe a possible competitive idea of it.
Doing a 2-on-2 stream of that will be fun.
Still tennis.
What do you have against tennis?
Have you played tennis?
Yes.
Bullshit.
I'm not lying. I used to have to play tennis with my dad.
I mean,
it was when I was younger.
It's still just Mario Tennis. Yes. Okay, it's got new, a lot of different new stuff in it, but it's still just Mario Tennis.
I have a friend who would say he would buy a system for Mario Tennis. I really do.
You need new friends.
No, Scott's nice. Scott loves Mario Tennis. Also, I'm really happy with the fact they put Chain Chomp in there for some fucking reason. But, whatever. Mario Tennis. We got Undertale coming out for it, which I kind of hope they make the physical for it.
I was going to say, is that digital or physical?
I have no clue. Toby Fox is the person who actually got together with Fangamer to make the physical copies that you can buy of Undertale.
Right, because
I don't know if he's going to do that for the Switch or not.
I have it for PS4, but...
Then there's anything else? It's a 3DS remake stuff.
Oh, isn't that weird? That's something I want to talk about, is how they're like Luigi's Mansion is coming to the 3DS. Why wouldn't they just make it for the Switch?
I think it's to try and give the people who like just bought the new 2DS and such like me. Here, we swear we're still supporting it.
Yeah, they're trying to keep it relevant.
If you just bought a new 2DS like Rob did, you have 6 years of games to go back and play?
That's what I'm doing. I'm going back and playing like the old Pokemon games.
But how long before they start actually porting those games that everyone's been screaming for, like Luigi's Mansion, to get a remake to their actual real console, not their handheld? Which
I think it's in the works. I really do. I think this is.
How hard would it be?
But how easy would it be to release the Luigi Mansion that's already done just on the 3DS? and say, oh, we're using this as a tester, and then do the port of it and Dark Moon together for the Switch
or
6 months without having to do most of the work.
Or it'll be a virtual console game. Because
everybody's
calling for the GameCube to be on the virtual console.
Especially because the Switch now supports GameCube controllers.
I mean, it has for a while.
Yeah. But I didn't realize it would support it with games like Mario Kart 8.
Well, I'd prefer to see a physical release.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would too, yeah, but I'll take what I know
that's the exact opposite of the way the industry's moving right now. This physical release is dying, but it's what I prefer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dying. Look at
it.
Everything's
is dying.
Steam and everything else.
Well, yeah, because now Nintendo's actually shutting down the Wii eShop completely. They're clearing everything out of that. So you corrupt that stuff, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to re-download that now.
Yep.
So this would probably be one of the first times that we really deal with physical or digital copies not being able to be re-downloaded now.
There's one specific instance of that actually right now that I can't stand that I would love to be able to get a hold of, and that's Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the brawler. I think there was like a licensing issue about 2 years after the game came out, and they pulled it. You cannot get it anywhere.
Oh yeah,
and you'll never be able to get it again. So unless you had it downloaded, it's gone.
That's like with the Simpsons arcade game was on Xbox Live Arcade for a while, and then they pulled it.
And same thing with the X-Men arcade game. I actually owned that on 360, and I can't download it ever again because of that.
Yeah.
That was all.
Did you have some of your juice?
That was Konami stuff, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't have the licensing for it, so I'm sure.
Oh, that, or they just don't care about their stuff either.
That is Konami. That's Metal Gear Survive. Put fence up, stab zombie. That's the game! 3 weeks later, it's still annoying.
Anyways, back to Switch stuff.
But actually, I was going to say, I honestly feel like Nintendo with the Switch is kind of... I don't know how to put it. There are people putting out games on it right now that are more focused as collector people. Because Nicalis is taking a bunch of their, these are digital download only games, and they're bringing out physical copies. They are taking a bunch of games that never got a whole lot of love back in the day, like Tiny Barbarian. Here's a physical copy on the Switch. Limited Run Games is now doing titles for the Switch, and there's another small we'll take games off eShops so we can work out a deal, make physicals, and put them out.
Yeah,
there are a bunch of people supporting this as a collector's system in that regard.
Yeah, but I don't like that, especially like limited run games, as that it's limited.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a collector, if you just like video games, you should be able to buy the damn game. You shouldn't have to scramble and beg and pre-order 8 months in advance to get a copy of a game you want. That's just asinine.
Yeah,
that takes the fun out of it for me.
You do start looking at it as more of a sport to get the game than it is to find it, and the hunt is gone.
And then you end up fighting with scalpers and overpaying if you really want it because scalpers buy them up.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? It doesn't help when you can just be like, well, I can spend $60 less and just have it.
Yeah, and I mean it ruins the hobby to a certain extent, And granted, I'm not one that goes out and buys collector's editions because I think they're asinine.
Mm-hmm.
But from an outside perspective, I don't agree with limited runs. I think if you're going to release it, release enough. You know what I mean?
I think limited run's trying to get better about that because they're not doing pre-orders for everything.
Well, they shouldn't do pre-orders at all.
Well,
but to say we're only going to release 500 copies of this game is asinine.
Mm-hmm.
If you can make 500 copies, you can make 5,000 copies.
They make 5,000 copies of most.
Well, you know what I mean, though.
But you just had to say the right number.
Yeah, if you can make 5,000 copies, what's 10,000?
Who says that those will sell, though? I mean, I understand to a degree, and maybe it's something that is dealing with the publisher. Like, we only want this many released because they may only get so much of a cut of it, or something like that.
Well, I mean, and the thing is, the more games they make, the cheaper it is to make them.
I don't know the what's the term I'm looking for? Like the
fog, swamp fire.
Swamp fire. Yeah, I don't know the swamp fires of the business.
The details.
The details. I don't know the skinny. I don't know any of that.
Okay,
about
1940s. Give me the skinny.
Yeah, see?
Hey.
But yeah, but I still feel like that's a bit of a returning thing with the Switch. Because even if that's the case and we're cutting out the limited run, then we're looking at, as I said, Nicalis trying to bring out games that definitely would never have gotten a physical release otherwise. And I think they're selling pretty decently. Binding of Isaac was them, that's a great game.
It's because they're putting extras in it.
Binding of Isaac, though, was...
The manuals and the little keychains and stuff.
Yeah.
Wasn't that only physical copy in Japan?
No, it's in America. I have a copy of it.
Was it originally only physical?
No. I Am Setsuna is something I actually want you to pick up.
I Am Setsuna, that's the one I was thinking.
Yeah.
I almost bought a couple copies last time I was over.
I want one if you find one in Japan.
I can get one easy. When we go over, we are going to be bringing back some Japan exclusive games because there is no region lock.
Yeah,
that rhythm game that Kayla's getting for the Switch.
I know you want one.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean we are going to be doing that.
Swampfire is the best fire. Yes, it is.
Who said that?
That's Dell.
Oh. Swampfire is the only fire.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm going to have to wear.
I think that's another thing I will never understand are region exclusive games like that. I don't get it.
I don't get a lot of them.
Especially ones like I Am Setsuna. Like that one has such a fan base.
Mm-hmm. It's a Square Enix JRPG. Yeah. It has a base.
I will never understand that, and I wish someone would explain it to me.
I can get some very, very specific ones. Like, there are a couple of Wii exclusives to Mexico that are based on a children's show that only airs in Mexico.
Right.
I get that.
That makes sense.
But, like, Galgun's going to be a Japanese physical exclusive for the Switch.
Oh, God, I need a copy of Galgun.
Well, Galgun 2.
A good example, they re-released...
Or, like, Bayonetta. They did the physical...
That one sucks.
Yeah, I hate that.
Well, a good example was the Crash remaster for PS4. It was originally only Japan for physical copy.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Or no, not Crash, not
Parappa.
Crash. Parappa.
It's still
that's still
it's only physical, and that doesn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we did buy a couple copies and bring them back, and we sold them
Mexico
instantly.
games are real.
Yeah, yes. Mexican games are real.
And expensive.
Yeah, I Am Setsuna is so good. I know now definitely to play that.
Actually, open up your Panic. That might be a Mexican board.
Ooh. In Spanish,
NES, there's like there's 3 different things that can be with an NES game. It's either original, I can't remember the name of the company that made it in Mexico, or repro.
It's Jellico, isn't it?
No, it's not Jellico.
Okay. Either way, Monster Hunter is another one that was a Switch exclusive in Japan only, which makes little sense to me because they were pushing Monster Hunter World so hard that you wouldn't think that they would bring out, the copy in like there's a translation of it already. It's on the 3DS. All they have to do is port the translation. But if, Switch owners are feeling left out, well, here's this Monster Hunter. You can still play a Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense to me that they didn't even put it on the eShop. Nothing. It's just in Japan.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't make sense to me either. If you're going to release a game, release a damn game.
Yeah.
Unless there's some weird international copyright problems with certain games where it can't be released in the U.S. that I will never understand.
I hate to bring it up because I know AJ hates it when I bring up these references. JoJo has that issue because of a lot of characters having names of music artists.
Oh, well. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What's next? Weird news.
No, we haven't even fucking... There's still plenty to go.
And that does it for us here at P.Switch. Thanks for stopping out.
Because, indie support has been pretty positive on the Switch. They've gotten a lot of indies through the eShop, but that's not something you're so much interested in as I am.
I'm getting there.
It's... Indies have been on the Switch.
Have you seen the game called Frederick?
It
looks like Guitar Hero, kinda.
No,
but it's on sale right now. Like the first one's like $250 and the second one's $299.
Okay, I've seen it. It has like the kind of dude who has like the pompadour.
Yeah, and he's got like a keyboard looking guitar.
Yeah. That might be kind of fun. Celeste is supposed to be one of the best platformers put out in the last 15 years. I'm kind of interested in it.
How about Golf Story? That's an
Golf
indie game.
Story. I have it downloaded. I want to stream it, and I just haven't gotten to it yet.
I thought you were playing it to unlock it. No, everybody's golf is what you're playing.
I was playing everybody's golf so that we can have a mini golf stream at some point.
Yeah.
I was just watching Soviet Womble did a mini golf stream.
Dude, they're so fun. Like mini golf is like that perfect game of friends being dickbags to each other.
Yeah.
In a good environment.
Gotta find me some friends.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, I thought I was your friend. Fuck these two.
Let's see. And like I played Dark Side Detective, which was a good indie if you're a fan of like point and click adventures, which the Switch is getting plenty of right now. But any support has been good, especially Axiom Verge is another one that John hates Metroid. I don't usually care for Metroid.
I don't hate Metroid. I just don't like how much you like it. Joe.
Joe loves Metroid.
I tend to hate things that other people love just to be that guy.
Yeah, we know.
I love John.
John, you sound like me over there. Stop it.
True.
Can you spell acres?
But Axiom Verge is
What did I miss here?
no, we're done talking about Junior Jeopardy. I will shut this down.
He spelled acre, acer.
Yeah, I spelled acer, and then I went back and spelled it right, and I was like,
No, that's not.
I don't know if it's right now.
Acre?
No, I'm just like, I fucking got so flustered at the idea, like, wait, it doesn't look right.
John,
oh
John, do you like Castlevania Symphony of the Night?
No, John hates Castlevanias.
Yeah.
Oh,
He doesn't like
look,
anything
I got
good.
a whip, you know?
Sexual inside there.
What did he say?
You know
Sexual
it is.
tension is high here.
Well, what can I say?
Uh,
No, Castlevanias don't do it for me. What, you got a whip? Congratulations. How interesting is that?
Castlevania Symphony, that's about a sword, but whatever.
Whatever.
The whip is
This
the
is
best
not-
weapon.
Whips, I hate them all.
This is not
all
Switch
melee
related.
weapons. Yeah.
Switching.
If it ain't Mario, I hate it.
Mario.
And that's actually thinking about indies right now. It's one of the ones I'm waiting on, and I don't think it's going to come out. Is Ukulele, or did it come out?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked
I
for
mean,
it.
there was a big swamp fire about that thing.
I know. Well, I know it might be digital, but I don't think it's coming physical.
Yeah. One of the, but with that, talking about the games coming out, should we address the fact that there's a lot of Wii U ports, even though they're being updated at least a little bit?
Oh God, do you know how many people are pissed off?
I don't get the hate for it because
I don't either.
nobody bought a Wii U.
I did.
The games are good.
Mhm.
Okay, like only the hardcore Nintendo fanboys bought a Wii U.
Literally, so 13,000 people have come out and said that they're pissed about these ports then.
Well, yeah, do you know
and that's
why?
all there was ever sold of the Wii U.
Well, do you know why the people are pissed? Because they were wanting that to be like another collector's item down the road.
Like a
Hard to find
Dreamcast.
that.
Yeah.
Basically,
but the thing
people.
is that when they make those ports, the price of those physicals are going to go down.
Yeah.
So, because people can get another,
Yeah, but you
copy
still.
of it.
Well, here's the thing: you still have the people who want to play. I want to play it on the original system.
You
Who
do.
want that copy, and that's why you have like.
But is that true with new gen?
Not as much, I don't think.
I want to play it on. Like, I understand you don't want to play the, a Mario Duck Hunt on your Switch or whatever, or your 3DS. You want to play it on the original hardware. But is that true between Wii
I
U
want
and
to play
Switch?
Duck Hunt on the Switch.
I don't know to a degree, and we're not far enough along for that to be the case.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, here's the thing: between PS1 and Dreamcast, I can think of a couple different games that were released at the same time that either on either side they're more expensive and they play almost exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't see a reason to be pissed. I mean, if you have the Wii U and you have that games, who cares if you play them on the next level system?
Yeah,
Well,
I think
because
it's
the people that are pissed, they wanted that to be the new.
those people
collector's
wanted
item.
money. That's what
They wanted that to be their next investment, which honestly, investing in something like that is just.
It's too new to invest in.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
I know.
a dumb thing.
But it's also it's too risky of a market because it could mean nothing,
Well-
and that's why they're mad because they're seeing that value start to go down because it's going to have ports.
The only thing you can invest in new video game wise right now is probably a limited run game.
Yeah.
Because there's only going to be this many out there.
Yep.
And
Are
then
we going circular here?
I'm
Why
just
would
saying.
they only release 5,000?
But yeah, it's I don't know. I think a lot of people are bitching about it and have never touched a Wii U and never touched the Switch, and they just want to bitch out Nintendo
I
because
have
it's
the Wii
finally.
U. I could care less.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easier for me because the Wii U sits and gathers dust right now because I got the Switch out.
Mhm.
So if I want to play a game that came out on the Wii U, well, lo and behold, there's my Switch.
Plus, you have the advantage of taking it on the go, which you couldn't do with the Wii U.
I'm telling you, I love this system. We're talking about this. I love this system. I love everything they did with it. I'm having a little bit of trouble with one of my Joy-Cons, but other than that, I mean, it's beautiful.
Holly does that too. Her right one keeps desyncing.
It's not
they
desyncing,
sent out a patch recently to help with that stuff.
It's not desyncing. It just randomly, if I press a button, something else that was supposed to happen for like if I hit X, what Y does happens. There's something going on, and there's a bit of a bulge in mine, so I don't know if the battery's gone. Or
weird.
maybe I was pissed when I was playing and I squeezed it so hard I broke it. So I actually need to take my Joy-Con apart.
Fun.
Yeah.
We also, I mean, people are gonna bitch about the ports, and as I said, I don't think a lot of people have even touched the Wii U, and they're bitching that it's just a port, so it's lazy. Because they just want to bitch out Nintendo because it's been the cool thing to do for like the last 10, 15 years.
I have all of the first party Wii U games. And I probably will buy most of them again on the Switch.
Yeah,
not all of them. I haven't bought Pokken Tournament yet.
Pokken Tournament is one of those ones that I can.
I'll probably get Captain Toad again. Donkey Kong is when it gets cheap. I might, but
you're not looking. Well, the only thing they're adding to it is Funky Kong.
Yeah, who's easy mode?
Yeah,
I don't want easy mode.
Well, I mean, if you look at this from a business standpoint, you have to realize Nintendo is a business. They are there to make a profit. And why wouldn't you re-release games if it's that simple? And people will double buy games. And if they didn't have a Wii U, they are going to buy them because it's a new game to them.
Yep.
I mean, it
was
so
a low
sense.
overhead, high profit.
I mean, it's just stupid not to.
Yeah.
And even then, you're going to be getting that because I have a feeling that, like, the assets for the new Smash Brothers are going to be the ones sort of from the Wii U. They're going to take a lot of skeletoning from that game. But it's still going to be a slightly new version on the Switch.
It doesn't make sense that people are pissed at Nintendo because Nintendo's doing what they always do. They always re-release games. They always make more money off the same game over and over and over.
How many things can you play Mario 3 on?
Every one of them. I don't think I've had a Wii come through the store that didn't have Mario 3 downloaded onto it.
Yeah, well, if you ever get mine won't have it on there.
Why would you give up your Wii?
You had to argue. You had to argue
for no reason. Well, actually, and the neckbeard people will tell you that's actually a Naboo cruiser. I mean, you just had to argue for no reason. Like,
so we're showing a Naboo cruiser.
Congrats.
No, that's a pod racer.
Well, no, that's a pod racer.
Here we go.
I don't know if he has the Naboo cruiser.
I mean, dear God. Like, no reason to argue.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, but
it's not a spaceship. The pod racer is not a spaceship. It never
we have the ports, and people are upset about them. But whatever, people are gonna bitch just to bitch most of the time. There is some like super hardcore downsides to the Switch right now, though, in my opinion.
Yes, and I think the biggest one is probably the online/virtual console.
Online virtual console is a big issue right now.
Yeah, I mean, one, you don't have a virtual console announced at all.
Yeah,
you don't know.
No. I think they said at the end of this year, which actually originally was announced as early next year.
That's for the online though. There's nothing about virtual console. We don't know what we're getting.
Are you kidding me?
We don't know what systems are going to be on it. We don't know price points. We don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
the online we know is coming this year. We know the online chat blows.
I hope they fix that.
I hope they fix it too. It seems I saw in the 5.0 update there's works to getting like different headsets into the Switch. Good. So it could possibly be getting fixed, but it is not fixed yet.
Because they lied about that in the beginning. For those who don't know, Splatoon 2 was going to launch and you're going to have to talk over a headset through your phone and an app and everything.
Right.
And eventually they found out, someone did, if you go to a certain part of the game, that you can talk just through your headphone in this lobby and stuff like that. And Nintendo just straight up lied about it and said it wasn't in the game because they couldn't do it. And I think the biggest issue with it was because it was going to be for Splatoon 2, which is definitely being marketed as an everyone's game, so it's going to be a kid's game. They can't put a age rating on online.
Yeah.
So they were like, no, we don't want to do it. We don't want to have voice chat on there so that we can just still say it's an E for everyone game.
I know I'm out of shot. I'm doing something. Don't worry about
That's fine. John is being handyman.
Literally, he's under the table.
Giving handies.
Where's my microscope?
You're not gonna need one for me, big boy.
Let's see. Some other issues right now definitely are the lack of streaming services on the Switch.
And apps in general.
Yeah, and apps in general.
No Netflix, no YouTube.
Yeah, nothing of that sort.
I think all we have is Hulu, right?
Is Hulu on there now?
I think so.
See, last I knew, I wasn't even sure if Hulu was on there. But yeah, just the general ability
also
to have convenience there, which most modern systems do.
Another down point.
Are you alright, John?
He is like winded.
Just crawling around so much, just trying to get my plug in for my buffer.
So
I had to run an extension cord.
You want to hear a myth about fat people getting tired out from doing nothing? John is skinny and is out of his breath from crawling 3 feet.
Yeah, I wouldn't go skinny.
Skinny's an overstatement.
Why are you messing with his games?
Just let me have this.
Anyways, another bad point about the Switch
blanket.
is the battery life is not the best.
No.
See, I haven't run into that.
But
Well, do you play for more than 4 hours at a time?
Do you?
Yeah, or else
I
I
don't know
wouldn't
why I
have said
said it like that. I'm sorry.
Do you?
And here comes Rob. Well, actually, the battery life.
No, the battery life is
Here's the thing. Rob is a
4.25.
very valid thing of being here. And the fact that he is a detractor. He hasn't found anything that he has been like, I need to buy a Switch now.
No.
So what needs to come out for you to buy it?
Pokemon game. Straight up. That's what.
coming.
It's coming.
That'll be dropped Christmas.
That's next year.
But
I still think it's
hope
coming
so,
this year.
But again, it's
No.
pure speculation now.
Smash
but I'm not
Brothers
going to
is
go buy
be
one
this
now.
year.
I'm gonna wait.
We got Smash Brothers coming out this year, and we have Metroid coming out this year. That's going to be the two they bank on.
I don't think Metroid's coming this year.
Namco got a leak recently. And
So?
they're helping.
How many times have I seen the Spyro the Dragon leak and it's not official yet?
That's because you keep believing lies.
That's that's me every week, letting him, making him think that.
You
Spyro's
probably
coming
are
out.
just fucking trolling me on Spyro Treasure Trilogy is getting announced today.
That was announced. Someone put that out as Nintendo Antarctica.
Yeah, well, I looked that one up and I was like,
and
that
they
one's
had
not.
someone's nice art, like sitting there of Spyro, like in kind of what you would assume is an HD, and people were losing their shit, like it's coming, and someone was just like, yeah, that says Antarctica. It's just a troll account, and people are just like, man, fuck you all.
And there he has to censor that. He just makes it work for himself.
I now have to put money into the swear jar.
We should get a swear jar.
Oh my god.
We should get a swear jar. All proceeds go
No.
Or towards Tord.
Wait, really?
I know who that is.
Oh, okay.
I know who that is.
All right.
He's just fawning over the computer. People are talking.
Well,
like
trust
every
me.
single one of you. The second something pops up, everybody stops talking.
Well,
hey, I have to read it to make sure that if stuff that's getting onto the chat that shouldn't be there, like someone writing erotic poetry, that did happen.
Sorry.
I could just delete it. It wasn't you. You would not have talked about this many men doing this nasty
Listen, I'm a
things.
power top looking.
Hi, John.
Side story. I did that to a buddy of mine. I posted a Craigslist ad for him and put his phone number down. He still hasn't forgiven me.
So when are we putting John on Grindr?
I'm telling you right now. See, what's funny about that is you do that, I'll send them to your house.
Oh, you don't know where I live.
I do.
Can't find out.
I do. I'll hook you up.
come on down, John. We'll have a party.
Okay, so
All right. But
where were we?
we were talking about streaming apps not being on the Switch and apps in general, and that's kind of an issue.
There's nothing.
Yeah, it kind of leaves the console feeling bare bones. If you want to play games, great. If you want to do anything else with it, well,
Where's my YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
Also no themes or anything. Like 3DS has tons of themes.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what they thought this latest patch was going to be, was themes.
Yeah.
That'd have been nice.
That would have been nice.
I mean, do I really care? No.
No.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see them actually developing the console more now instead of the games.
Yeah, well, games sell consoles, themes don't. So
yeah, but for those of us that have it already,
yeah, it's nice to not be forgotten.
I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
But that has definitely been a huge issue.
Thanks, Nintendo.
That they're just not willing to start working with the app thing, and maybe that's going to change. Maybe the end of this year, there's going to be like, boom, they're going to be everywhere.
I mean,
on the
give me iHeartRadio, give me something.
Spotify would be amazing.
Spotify, because I'm taking my Switch on the plane to Japan, and what do you think I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be playing, and I'm going to have headphones in, and I want to be able to listen to something while I'm playing.
He wants a Pornhub app.
Yeah,
that's what he really wants.
Dude, the porn industry leads how video changes, man.
Don't act like that's not what you were doing in Joe's shop today. Yeah.
Okay.
What is that?
Yeah.
Porn? Well, that sounds rather dangerous. What could it be?
That comes on the cob, right? Or creamed.
We should get that. We should get that banned here. Good job, Rhode Island. You get. I'll bring that up in news, maybe.
Are we at news?
No, I still have a little bit more, honestly. Another detractor: the plastic screen.
Get a
terrible
screen protector.
I know, but it's still a terrible choice. How much more would a glass screen have been?
You can buy a glass cover for like $5.
I get it, but there was chances of you just not realizing it. You were going to scratch your screen forever just putting your console in the first time.
So here's a question: what's going on? Because I haven't read into it with these third-party docks bricking your console.
Yeah,
I have not heard about that.
I saw that, but I haven't
the latest
looked into
patch that they put out.
After
third parties
5.0,
are bricking consoles.
Third-party docks aren't supported.
Oh,
yeah.
That might just be Nintendo giving people a big fuck you, buy our stuff.
Well, that would make sense, but I mean, I haven't read into it. I didn't know if anyone had.
Mm-hmm. I not even heard of it.
Oh, well.
I really hadn't.
Okay.
So that's interesting to me. Here's the thing: I'm surprised, and I'm not surprised
look up
at the same time.
what the top porn search is on 3DS and let us know.
Maybe next.
What is going on?
It's some friend of theirs.
It's
not
one
mine.
of my buddies. He's trying to troll.
Yeah.
He said it makes me curious what the top porn searches are on 3DS web browser currently.
Yeah.
And then he said, I know on PS4 it's incest.
It's from Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't own a PS4.
How are you playing that Crash Bandicoot then?
So was my gift to
He
you
already
just
got-
a complete waste of
He's
money?
already got such a wonderful relationship with Nintendo. They sent him an
I
early
have
release.
Nintendo's phone number.
Yeah,
I do have it saved in my phone.
1-800-MARIO-7.
But yeah, there's still. I still think that was an issue. They should. The glass screen, I don't think could have been that much more expensive.
One more.
Damn it.
So I mean, I didn't scratch mine, and
I didn't either.
I've done some,
but
like,
there
mine,
were some people who did.
Mine was laying on the floor next to my bed, and I opened my closet door, and it went over the top and dragged my Switch. I haven't scratched it yet. So I mean, people complain, "Oh, it's scratched, it's scratched." You got to work hard to scratch it.
I bought a dock cover for mine, so
I bought a screen protector day one.
Well, I have a screen
I
protector
don't have
too.
one because I don't care.
Mm-hmm. You will when you just see this big, little weird fucking scratch on the middle.
No, then Rock'em Sock'em Retro will need a Switch for the store.
All right, that works.
Does that count as a tax write-off?
It will.
But along with that, there were some other launch issues with the Switches not reading games.
See, it
didn't personally happen to me, but I've seen people who are literally they bought their Switch and they couldn't get it to read the first time. I think Maximilian Dude had the issue because he's like, so I found out you can do this, and he put his Switch game in and he put in a set of headphones. And the headphone was drilled so close to the thing that he could knock it back and forth, and it would put the game in and take it out from where it would read it. Yeah.
Huh.
And there were some there were some Switches that came with dead pixels on the screen off the bat. And people were pissed, and they asked Nintendo, "Are you gonna fix this?" They're like, "No."
No, I heard they would send it. If you send it back, they would send you a new one.
See, I had heard the opposite.
See this? All three of them just have to lean in to read one comment. We are supposed to be having a discussion.
Marbles.
We are supposed to be having a discussion between four people And what are we doing? One person is having a discussion, and 3 are glued to a computer screen. Grow up.
Which one of us sits here and is on his phone 24/7 when we stream?
I don't know. Where's my phone?
Right there.
Charging right now.
No.
No, that's the puffer. My bad.
Yeah. Trust me, I never look at my phone. I keep chat because I have to. These two, I don't fucking get it. Listen, when a man comes in writing about certain things coming out of dudes, you get kind of worried about the chat being clean, especially when you don't have a moderator.
I lost interest. Keep going.
You always lose interest.
You bore me.
That's what Kayla said.
By the way.
Oh no, Brick!
What was going on?
I don't know.
I lost
chaos,
the Brick.
pure chaos.
Swamp fire.
Swamp fire. But other than a Pokemon, that's the one thing that you have to have for it to sell you.
For me, they'd have to have a Pokemon game, and not just like Pokken Tournament or Stadium or Coliseum.
No.
Like I would like.
You want a new game?
I want a new game on the Switch.
But that's happening.
I don't,
well, we can assume,
18.
but nothing has said anything about it.
I guess I don't understand Pokemon. Aren't they all the exact same game, just different people?
No, because
same
like I
mechanics
just switched
throughout.
over to Diamond.
It
And
means nothing to me.
I switched.
Mario
I
jumps in
went up
every
to
game,
another
right?
generation.
That's mechanic.
I jumped up to a next generation game. It's I have to go through the steps. So right now it's generation 4 that I'm on. There's what, 6 generations? Maybe 7. 7. So basically it's Pokemon 6.
Okay.
Or
Gen
Pokemon
7
4.
is the worst.
Pokemon 4 is where I'm at basically, and it's a little bit harder. Starting off, the Pokemon just have different attacks, and they don't have attacks that I think they should have, or they're not getting them when I think they should be getting them.
And then there's like rebalances and things like that to certain moves and jump.
Okay, I just being Pokemon never got along.
Well,
So
there is a generational gap there.
Well,
like the people who liked Pokemon and people who definitely did not like Pokemon. So
I'm in
not
between.
that much older than you guys.
no.
I'm
talking about I guess in generations. I mean,
there were some who got into
like
it and some who didn't.
consoles. Like the console generation, like you were a heavy Nintendo player, and you always have been. And it seems like a lot of the people who played original Nintendo and stick to that don't like Pokemon.
Okay, I get that.
Mm-hmm. That's not their Nintendo.
That's true. Because Pokemon was made by Sega and then rebranded as Nintendo. Wow, Dead Space is great podcast.
Where you? I don't even know you anymore.
Every podcast I watch, if there's Dead Space, I'm like, oh, it's gonna get interesting.
No, that's not. We're not even gonna get interesting, John. You don't get that, and you don't watch the podcast. You fuck.
Like what? I'm on it. You think
Memories.
Tom Brady goes home and watches himself play?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he watches
studies
himself
game
beat
film.
off in the mirror.
Yo, what? You have to study how to sit and talk?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
well,
how you improve.
Well,
That's how you improve.
it's how you improve.
I'm
Well,
not
except
narcissistic enough to watch this.
Except for these
Yes, you
graphics.
are.
These graphics won't improve.
You can't even
Yeah.
hold a straight
the
face.
graphics,
The graphics- The graphics aren't gonna
graphics
improve.
never improve. I never see shots of flame coming up with my name. Why would I watch this?
Yeah,
Going to
we
be
do call
here.
this a swamp fire, and there's no fire. It's just swamp.
So I hope you all enjoyed the last P.Switch podcast.
Because
Don't
we're gonna
play
go
the sad
buy an
Hulk music
Acer of
because that'll
land.
make AJ happy. Said don't play the sad Hulk music because that'll make AJ too happy.
How many Acres of Land will you be buying, bro, John?
Either way, but all in all, I think for the most part we have covered kind of. Okay. I think we've pretty much covered most of what has gone on in this year.
Who is
Switch.
that?
That's Chew.
Oh, okay. She commented, I watch for John, gonna start a fan club.
John Con 2018.
Is that still happening?
Yeah, that's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You think I have any say over what actually happens? I gotta plan stuff.
Your name's on it, so yeah.
Listen, I'm the talent. I'm just supposed to show up.
He just shows up for the panel, and we're all supposed to entertain him.
Yeah. That's why I have a comfy chair.
Either way, I really do think we've kind of wrapped up how the Switch has gone in the year, unless you guys have some dream games other than your Pokemon game that you kind of want to come out.
Except let's touch on sales. Sales has been amazing.
Yeah.
Outselling the Wii. On pace to outsell the Wii.
On pace to outsell the Wii, really?
Yeah.
I knew it was on pace to outsell the PS2.
It already did.
It did.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna grade it, I would give it an A+, regardless of the things that are bad for it. The good far outweighs the bad.
I will go A- because no online and no virtual console yet.
Yeah.
I guess I'm looking forward to what's coming because I know it's coming.
I know it's coming too.
Knows it's coming, but it would just be.
But if you're gonna rate
over a year out and you still haven't kind of gotten there, it's kind of like, okay.
Now this sounds stupid, but I'd love to see a Call of Duty come to the Switch.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
I think it.
But
might.
what I want to see come is the remaster Modern Warfare 2 that's coming.
Have they really talked about that at all?
Yeah, apparently it's been leaked.
It's been leaked.
Yeah, it's coming, and I'd like to see that just because. How cool would it be to play Call of Duty on a handheld? That didn't suck.
Okay.
It was actually the real game, not some horrible watered down crap version on the 3DS. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much fun would that be?
I do have a cousin who actually loved Call of Duty on the Wii because he liked pointing with the gun.
See, I tried. It was so bad I couldn't do it.
I assumed the same. I was like, he can have it. He can like that.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'd like to see that come. Other than that, I mean, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. They drop big titles every couple of months, keep the interest up. Mm-hmm. People will keep buying it. Eventually, they'll get people like Rob that want a Pokemon game before they'll do it. Mm-hmm. Which I'm still confused why you're here. This is about Switch.
Listen, he's a counterpoint, and I thought he might have more counterpoints as to why he doesn't like it, other than I just want Pokemon.
Pretty much, that's it.
Well, actually,
that's my fault.
So
you're fired.
Okay.
I mean, well, the thing is, I haven't really had a whole lot of experience. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play it. So, that's a couple times I've played it. I've been impressed. I will say that the Joy-Cons seem a little small to me.
That's a fair criticism.
Mm-hmm. That's something that honestly I feel that if I were to get one, I'd immediately get one of the controllers that you guys had.
The Pro controllers. The Pro controllers fit perfectly.
They're nice.
I like how it fits. It has a good fit to it. The buttons are pretty good.
Smash with that's gonna be good.
Smash is gonna go straight back to GameCube controllers because people don't want to change.
Well, I'm not an elitist like that though.
Competitive Smash players are the biggest babies in the world.
He's right.
They just tick me off,
dude. Did we have that conversation a couple weeks ago about? I just want people to stop. Yeah, when we talked about HD remakes, because there are people who keep trying to add. Like, I want to make this one more like Melee, because we want the new characters, but we don't want to play the new game.
Oh, let's talk about these idiots trying to get Goku into it.
Dude, Funimation is trying to get Goku.
Yeah, but the people started that, and then Funimation jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah, but well, Dragon Ball Super's ending. I think next week's the last episode.
How stupid is that going to be?
As stupid as Cloud getting put into it?
I saw a great one of petitions going around to get Harambe in it.
Yes! Yes!
Needs to die.
No, Harambe died for you, okay?
Yeah.
On my best friend's wedding.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean, let's be...
Dicks out.
I mean, granted, Donkey Kong's in there. He could use some help.
Bad planning, true.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why.
Yeah.
Bad
Donkey
planning.
Kong and Harambe, team it up.
And one of the worlds or maps has to be the Cincinnati Zoo. If you fall into the pit, you get shot.
See, this meme's dead to me. It's dead as that gorilla.
And they can't do an animated Harambe. It has to be a still shot that just moves.
Yeah, still. And he doesn't move at all except left, right, up, and down.
Yeah.
No, that's his job. He's like a medic. He comes in to save you, and then you kill him for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harambe could be an assist.
Yeah. He comes out of the Smash Ball.
I didn't think about that. They are talking about new characters for Smash while we still haven't technically ended. It's just okay.
No, he actually would be right on that. Super is an ending that's coming back in 2019.
Yeah.
Super
new
Nintendo
characters for
coming back in
Smash.
2019.
Super Nintendo's coming back in 2020.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's not talking about that. It's about Dragon Ball Super.
Super
Oh,
Nintendo.
okay, it's not ending. That's
Wow,
fine.
they're re-releasing a Super Nintendo in 2019.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Um,
P.Switch exclusive right here.
You heard it
Through
here first.
Super Nintendo 2019.
This is the only place you'll hear it.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo Classic Junior
hey,
Classic.
Hey, we could throw that to Kotaku and they'd bite.
Anyway, what are we talking about? Oh, Smash characters.
Possible Smash characters coming in the new game. And
Well-
I didn't think about it, but since since he's coming to the Switch now,
Crash
are we going to see
Bandicoot.
Crash?
Crash Bandicoot. That was my idea. He's
I-
just stealing it.
Highly, highly doubt it.
Me too, but
I think
it's
there's a 1 in a million
possibility.
possibility. I think obviously we're gonna see the stupid Splatoon characters.
Oh,
Well,
they're
yeah.
locked in already.
You know, it's funny watching people. They see the silhouette from the direct and trying to figure out who everyone
It's
is.
so bogus. Those people are
I
driving
know
me
it's
crazy.
ridiculous, but like, I think we're gonna see Breath of the Wild Link.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty much confirmed.
Which, as I said, that's
and
one of the
Zelda.
other big reasons I think they're getting rid of Green Link. I think Green Link is going out.
I think they should bring back Solid Snake.
That involved Konami liking video games.
But I mean, who else are they gonna throw in there that they don't already have in there?
I think Ice Climbers will probably come back.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Everyone loved the ice.
And because they couldn't be on the 3DS version, they couldn't be on the Wii U version, said Sakurai.
Yeah. Who else are you gonna get? The Power Rangers? I mean,
Yes!
I mean,
Give me Tommy.
I think I knew you were a Green Ranger.
There are some like
What's that
obscure
supposed to mean?
characters I
Just a certain
think
type
people
of
would
person.
love to see. I would love to see someone from Golden Sun. I like Isaac or someone.
Golden Eye.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah, Microsoft was totally gonna let Rare do
Uh, Actually,
James
there.
Bond and Smash.
I
He has a golden gun.
swear
He's
I
one that
did
shoots
read
Harambe.
from someone that Microsoft is open to the idea of Banjo being put into Smash.
I don't think that's real.
See, I never got into the Banjo series. I know it's got a following. It's like a discount version of Crash to me.
It's fun. I don't think they're the greatest thing ever. I know a lot of people will love them though, but it's still something that could happen. I mean, crazier things have happened. People finally got Cloud in Smash Brothers. They finally got people got
Pac-Man?
Bayonetta. They got Pac-Man. We got Mega Man finally. Which if Mega Man doesn't return in this game, like wow, that's a drop. That's rough for me.
We should all vote for Parappa the Rapper.
Yes.
Parappa
What's he gonna do? Run over him because he doesn't know how to drive yet?
Well, we've had Parappa in a fighting game before, and no one liked it.
I liked it.
Well, no one liked playing Parappa though.
That's true.
Maybe do something like Boo.
Blue, yes. Blue's
Yes,
a dog.
Blue from Blue's Clues.
And her assist trophy, John Cena.
No, it's gonna be Salt and Pepper. Stupid.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so next.
I mean, if anyone else has any picks on that, I don't. I think it's an interesting topic because they could involve more of the Metroid cast. They could involve Bomberman would be probably like a pick at this point. That would be good for Smash Brothers if they want to keep adding people.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some mascots out there. They're very few now.
Bubsy.
And Gex.
I would much rather see Gex than Bubsy.
Anyways,
Every once in a while, AJ just says something so dumb that it ruins my ability to talk. Granted, I
was
ruined the
gonna
ability to
say-
spell.
I was gonna say your ability wasn't that high up there anyway.
Hey, talking I can do. Spelling am no good.
Damn, no good, he says.
Am no good. Other than that, I mean, we kind of covered the news really with talking about the Nintendo Direct that happened and everything. So, unless there's any last minute questions, which I don't really think there is, I think we're going to call that for this week. I would say we'd be back in, 2 weeks like we're supposed to be. Well, that's Easter.
Easter ain't happening.
It just ain't happening.
I got Easter dinner and Holly wants to paint the bedroom that weekend.
Yeah, we there's just a lot of family stuff that goes
So
on.
we're
during
not
that
painting
time.
it white. Calm down.
I believe the weekend after that, we might do the podcast on. If we can, we might be able to do it Saturday. We'll have to look at scheduling because Sunday is WrestleMania, and we actually have a special about WrestleMania that will be me, AJ, and hopefully Steven.
Which I wasn't invited to.
Do you want to come on the WrestleMania
I would have liked
podcast?
to have been invited.
You've been invited formally.
Yeah, but now it's like I had to ask you to invite me.
Why wasn't I invited?
You don't like wrestling.
Rob, this isn't about you. You don't even own a Switch.
Yeah.
I know.
Why are you even here?
You don't even watch wrestling, Rob.
I'm just saying, I would have liked to have been invited without having to ask to be invited.
Well, you were going to ask anyway.
No, I wasn't.
When you found out you were going to ask, like, oh, where's my invite?
That hurts the worst. If I had been home, sitting there, and seen that you were doing it, I mean, it's rude. Am I wrong?
Yes. Yes, you are wrong.
Are my feelings being hurt wrong, Rob?
Yes.
I'm staying out of this argument.
Yeah, all right. Either way, I think that's the P.Switch podcast for this week. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'm Brian.
The world, girls.
I'm Batman.
Oh, that's right. That's how this happened last time, too.
I'm Batman.
Yep, everyone turned out to be Batman.
Swear to me. My parents are dead.
Good night, everybody.
I hate this.